that's what we do, baby.
Yeah.
That's what we doing right now.
Well, but not like in person. I just do it. I use what's it called, StreamYard. So it's just like I'm streaming live, and yeah, it's pretty much YouTube.
Word.
Yeah.
So you get people from all over.
All over. Yeah.
We gotta get on that.
I just do just pretty much people do similar stuff and me, like photographers, videographers.
Word.
I try to stay in that world, but it's convenient. Like I set it up, and I've had people from the UK, and it's cool.
How does
Introduce
the quality
yourself real quick before we go in.
Sorry.
To the camera.
Wherever you
good?
you can talk to us, or you can talk to it.
What's up, guys? My name is Carlos Bown, owner of Bown Media. Oh yeah, so Bown. It's everybody, whenever they see the name right away, they think of Brown or Bone.
Really?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
could see
Bowen.
that. I thought Bowen for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So funny
Or
story.
Bone.
Bone. Yeah.
Because like no E.
Kind of sick pronunciation.
Yeah. But the way I see it is down. You don't say don't. You say down. You just put the B, Bown, or Brown without the R. Yeah.
That's too smart for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, that's good.
But I
That's
had a friend in college. We've been friends. Funny story. I think this was my sophomore year, and he's like, "Dude, Carlos, you know what I just realized? That your last name is Bown and not Brown." I'm like, "Motherfucker, this guy." Like we've been
The
good
whole
friends.
time you thought-
Yeah. We were teammates in college, and he's like second year. We're pretty much every day together.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
dude.
Damn. What were y'all teammates on?
Golf. I played golf at West Florida University.
He
West
plays
Florida.
golf.
Oh really? Yeah, I saw they had.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I was just there 2 months ago.
When did you play for UWF?
2012 through 16.
Did you play with Christian Basso?
Oh yeah.
I played like high school golf with him.
Yeah.
He was a senior when I was a freshman.
Yeah, so Christian, I think
He's
I
an
was
absolute goon.
yeah, I think I was a junior when he was a freshman, so I played with him probably 2 years.
Okay, cool. Yeah. He that dude is a hilarious motherfucker, dude. Christian is wild.
What school he went to? Did he go to high school? Where did he go to?
He went to West Florida High School.
Oh, yeah, he
and
did,
then
yeah.
he played at UWF after that. But
Yeah.
he was a senior when I was a freshman, and he's like, he's like kind of chill until you get to know him, and then he gets a little like
he gets
spazzy, kind of wild.
rowdy.
And like the first couple times, like I'm like 14 or whatever, right? Starting, and I went to a tiny private school for middle school, like 4 people in my grade, and then I go to West Florida High School, which is like 400 people, and like he's a senior on the golf team. He's like the best one on the team, and like he's like drives me to practice every day. And like the first like 2 weeks, like we didn't say a single fucking word to each other in the car. And then after that, it was just like all down from there. Like, but
Christian was one of the local dudes. We had a few. That's why I was asking what school he went to, because we had a few kids. We had the friend that I was just telling you. His name is Spencer Olson. He went to Catholic.
Yeah, I know that name.
And his brother also played at UWF. We had J.R. Schultz. He was
J.R. was a stick. Dude.
Yeah, he was Gulf Breeze boy. Mm-hmm. And we had Joey Stills from
did you ever
Catholic,
play with,
I think too.
Yeah, he played at Catholic. Did
Those
you ever
were like
play
the
with...
local dudes. You're gonna ask Chandler Blanchett?
No.
He's like the best.
Have you noticed something about him? He remembers all the last names.
Yeah.
And how to say them.
I like that.
He's like,
it's good.
Yeah, well, I played also with them for many years. It was like the same
like,
names
sure
all
I
the
know
time.
my boys.
Bryce Garrity?
Yeah, Bryce. Yeah,
Bryce. Did Bailey Pritchard play there too? Or no? Or did
I
he
don't,
not play college?
No, not with me. But
Okay.
yeah, Bryce. When I was a senior, that was his first year. He was really good friends with JR. But yeah, Bryce was one of those kids that I think he had some offers for like D1 schools, and he ended up choosing to stay here. Yeah,
I played with him like pretty recently, like I don't know, maybe a month or 2 ago, and he's still.
He just
he's
stays
dialed.
Yeah,
it's pretty sweet. He came in so hungover, and he still finished like 1 over, I think, for the day. It's like nice.
Didn't you just want to? I don't know what golf is, like the partner competition.
I won a league, Thursday night at Marcus Point.
Oh, I used to play that right after COVID.
Yeah.
Again, when
he got cool, so you know.
Yeah.
There's still hope for you.
When
when
I finished college 2016, I was like, I'm over this game. Like, I don't want to. I mean, I played it since I was like 4. That was my life the whole time. Yeah. And that's how I'm originally from Venezuela, and that's how I ended up here. I got a scholarship to play here.
Yeah.
After I finished in 2016, I'm like, dude, I'm over it, burnout. College career wasn't as good as I was expecting. I'm not gonna play again. And I think I played like 2 times until COVID hit. And then I was like, I mean, what else are we gonna do? Like, shit.
You're like bored as
right?
fuck,
Everybody's
like,
bored. One of my friends, JD Cobb, we're pretty good friends. He's like, dude, let's play this Marcus Point League. Like, we're gonna crush it. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to play again. He's like, dude, let's do it. I'm like, all right, I'll go one time with you. We play 9 holes. We were like, I mean, you know, you drink like beers all the time. I was like having a good time. We won the gross thing. Like, it was like, damn, this was a good experience. Like, this, like what I miss about golf, just having fun with your friends. Like, no really like no pressure. And I was like, dude, let's keep playing it. And I think I played at least for a full year, 1 round a week. Yeah. Got a new driver and shit. I was like, dude, I'm in it. I'm hyped up. And then I think I got busy for a few weeks. Yeah. And I just stopped playing. And then you know how it goes. It's like,
you lose it.
And then you lose it. And then my friends are like, you want to play? I'm like, nah. Like, and dude, I haven't played.
Once you get out of the loop for a little bit. Yeah. Now we've got a group that plays. I don't know. You know Brandon Shelley? Yeah. So I just played with him today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he actually another local kid that he tried to play UWF for a few years, I think, and then he ended up going to South Florida. What school? It's in Melbourne, Florida. I forgot what was the
USF. I don't know any of that.
It's Florida something, but I know
Florida
it's in Melbourne.
Southern? Is it Florida Southern?
I don't think
FAMU. Florida Atlantic.
No.
It's not FAMU.
I know it's in Melbourne, and I played a tournament with him afterwards. I'm like, damn, dude, like it's cool, like, But yeah, he was good.
Yeah, we've got a group that plays, like, Scenic Hills has a Monday night league, and Stonebrook has a Tuesday night league, and then Marcus has a Thursday night league. So we've got a group that, like, tries to play in as many of those as possible. So, like, when it gets going, dude, 3 nights a week playing in the 9-hole leagues, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, it's like $30 or $40 to play in it, and the top prizes are normally between, like, $60 and $120.
Yeah,
so, like, you can,
cool.
I mean, yeah.
It's fun. But yeah, I play now, like, once or twice a year, and what's fun is that the last 2 years I've played maybe 4 times total, and all 4 times I've played with this guy. He's a PGA Tour player, Scott Stallings, because I've been doing a lot of work with him. I do some of his videography stuff. So I joke with my friends now, like, dude, now I only play with PGA Tour players. That's it. And it just happens that I'm there whenever he's like, hey, do you want to go play? And I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go play. Like,
that's tight. Yeah. Hell yeah. What's your handicap now? Do you know? Like, if you were to throw a number on it.
I don't know. I think obviously when I was playing the whole year, I started shooting under par consistently here and there. Yeah. But I will say, if I go right now and I'm like, hey, let's play for money, for cash, I will probably say a 5, just because I don't know. Yeah. I can probably shoot close to even, or I can shoot 80 because it's so inconsistent. Yeah, I heard
right? How do you even know that?
When you, like your handicap?
Like your hand.
Yeah, like how do you just like I'm like whatever, and then also asking, isn't that kind of rude?
No,
you're just assuming.
No, that's like a question people ask all the time. Like, hey, what's your handicap?
Handicap. Everybody's got a handicap.
Yeah.
Word.
It's so everybody can play with each other, and you can like.
But then can't you? I've always thought this,
you can
like
fluff for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't that's what people do.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I will say 5, because maybe I can do a lot better than 5, but I know that potentially I can do.
It could very well go the other way.
But the way they do it is there's like apps, right, that you put your scores down. Back home in Venezuela, when I actually like kept my handicap, after every tournament round, I think it's like the pro, course pro, or whatever head pro would submit your score, and he has to like approve it. That way you keep it like legit. Yeah. So you will have your handicap of like tournaments or approved by the head pro. I think nowadays like you put whatever you.
Yeah, there's like the Gin app or whatever that you can put it in, and you can enter in your own scores or whatever. You can obviously pick and choose which scores you want to put in there too, but yeah, that's tight.
Yeah, and once you start college golf, really like nobody tracks handicap. Everybody just plays scratch.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like golf is it sounds similar to like how pool is, but there's not really a pool handicap to my knowledge. Mm-mm. It's like you're playing straight up.
Yeah, because there's not like strokes or anything involved. There's nothing really to gauge.
Yeah, you're just going till you're out.
Yeah, we are gonna have this bet because
he's never played golf. Terribly.
He's never played golf before ever. Yeah. Never swung a golf club ever. And I'm like, dude, I don't think that you could beat 180, like 10 strokes a hole. I don't think he would break 180.
Well, here's the thing. You're going to get stuck.
Hold on. Take me in real quick. You see me?
Uh-huh.
What do you think?
Well, you've never played before?
I never played before.
I don't think... Yeah, I'm with him just because...
Do you think I'm over 180?
Yes, but here's...
Did you look at the build?
Yeah, athletic dude.
Okay,
I can see it. I can
Took
see
a
it.
gander.
Athletic dude. But it's not of this.
Athletic dude.
The reason why I'm saying probably you wouldn't break 180s because you're gonna get stuck at some point in like a bunker, or like you're gonna hit in the water and then you drop, and then you're gonna kind of like
bounds. Or
in like one hole you're gonna make like a 30 if you've never played before.
Yeah.
But I even will tell him I'll do it with whatever, and I'll do it with one stick. You ain't even got to give me multiple sticks. Like,
you might actually
see. Look,
if you
the confidence is growing.
If you've never played before, you'll probably do better with one stick.
Yeah, see?
That's like the stats. Is like
I'm
if you give
him one stick, fuck that. He gets all 14 clubs, dude.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm gonna walk around with the pitch counter too.
Yeah, there was
okay. If that's the case, then if we do this, you have to tell me the right stick to pick.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, yo, whatever.
Yardage. I can give you my yardage, but it's not.
What does that even mean?
Yours. Like my 9-iron goes 155 yards. Yours is
mine will go 350, dude.
Yours isn't.
I'm gonna whoop your ass.
You know?
Here's the thing: like real people play. There's like two types of playing golf. Like playing like for fun, but when you actually play like real golf, that you have to finish every putt, every stroke.
He's finishing everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's when it gets tricky.
Okay. Also, then
putts are good. Okay, we're not playing inside the leather.
Oh, dude, you think like my game's good? Wait till you see my putting. Okay. My putting's gonna be outrageous.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, but also I think we should do like an all-star game at the end. Like I will outdrive you. If I connect, dude, it's outer space. Mm-hmm. It may never come down.
Yeah.
It's an orbit, brother. Like, it's going to be like anti-gravity balls.
I cannot wait to just fuck you.
You thought that eclipse was impressive. Whew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It reminds me of one time I was with one of my friends. He was a baseball player at UWF, and I told him, dude, I bet I can beat you on my, like, just hitting everything off my knees. He said, there is no fucking way, dude.
Whoa, that is fun.
I'm like, dude, I can 100% do it. He was like that, like he's never like... He's played like a few times, and I was like, I just know that I can like, punch it here and there, but you're gonna hit OB like 3 times in one hole. You're gonna go crazy. I know I can beat you, and that's the reason why. Because playing real golf with like every like penalty and like you hit it to a hash or you hit it OB, have to finish every putt, bro. Like you're gonna. I mean, if you've never played before, you might not finish 18 holes before it gets dark.
Yeah, do I get any warm up at all? I don't mean like days before. I mean like day of. I'm there with you.
You can go hit the range.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hit the range and hit some putts. Yeah.
The people are gonna be.
But you know
what?
You'll
get a small bucket of balls.
Yeah.
And then you can spend 15 minutes on the putting green.
But you know what? I like the confidence. I think you can do it.
If Adam Sandler can do it for a whole movie, okay, he won a championship.
Dude, I hope that's how you.
His coach had one hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah, and 180. I mean. That's a 10 every hole. Shit, I don't know. It'll be tough.
What is an average course? 90, I guess?
70 to 72.
Is par.
So you give me 108 over?
That was good math.
I did good math sometimes.
Yeah, but it's 10 strokes a hole. So there's 18 holes. So it's 10 strokes a hole. But that's the thing is if you go, like if you're sitting on the tee box, you hit one out of bounds, you're now hitting 3 from the tee box again.
So you hit one out of bounds, back to the T3. So 1, 2, 3.
Start aiming back to the tee box?
No, you start from the tee box again.
Yeah,
where you hit the first one out, then you have to hit from there again.
Hold on, but what is out of bounds?
Like adds up.
If I'm out of bounds, why can't I just hit it back towards the hole?
Because it's out of bounds.
Yeah.
White stakes are out of bounds.
The course has like white marks on the sides. If you go outside of that, you're out of bounds. You have to hit where you hit it before.
But why can't it just be like, yo, that's out of bounds, there's 1? Why is it 3? See, y'all are starting to add
because
some weird shit.
That's rule.
That's a rule.
Yeah,
so you hit at 1, 2, 3.
United States Golf Association.
Giannis Day?
United States Golf Association.
Oh, United States. I was like, I don't know who Giannis Day is, but he fucked that up.
Yeah, that's the rules. So, and there's nothing worse than hitting OB, especially like once you're like an okay golf player, because that just gets you out of it.
It fucks you.
You can literally.
Dude. I think that's why I'm going to do so good is because I'm not going to be in here.
I'm going to be out there. I just can't wait to see you swing and miss the golf ball. Like
when are we doing
that's
this,
going to piss you off because you're going to be like, I didn't even hit it. And I'm like, that counts.
That counts?
Yeah, if you address the golf ball, if you put the club behind the golf ball and you go back and you swing and you miss, that counts as a stroke.
So as long as I'm not right behind the ball?
Well,
so if I do a running head start and just completely don't come near the ball,
the rules if you're trying to
if you're trying to hit the golf ball.
If you're trying to hit the ball and you don't hit it, it's a stroke. Yeah.
What if I was just warming up?
Shut up.
Warming up, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You just place it back.
Are you on his side now? What's going on?
He's like, I gotta film understands how difficult the game of golf is.
He sent me a text right before. He said, "Hey, let's troll him." Like,
hey, let's hit this motherfucker, right?
Yeah, I hate you guys, dude.
Yeah, neither of us actually played golf, and neither of us know the people we're talking about. I'm just kidding.
I thought so. Y'all just throwing names out there, just putting them together.
Yeah.
We did some research on the UWF golf team.
Yeah. No, but I can't wait for that to happen. It's gonna be hilarious. The problem is we're gonna have to get like 5 or 6 tee times though, because it's gonna be the people behind us are gonna get pissed.
How about all of our friends just be behind us?
They would get pissed.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And the other thing that he said.
Oh no, yeah. Why are we gonna be waiting?
This was the other thing.
What are we waiting for?
He was like, he was like, how fast is the fastest round you played? And I was like, I've never like sped golf, but like a quick round is like 3.5 hours. Yeah, like if you're playing, and he's like, I bet I do it in an hour and a half. And I'm like,
I will beat whatever his time is in a half, and I'll beat the 180. I don't know by how many, but a lot. and with one stick. So what's up?
So talking about the one club, there was some. I think it was, I don't know, it was like some stats they put it people are like 36 handicap, which is, it's supposed to be like the highest handicap you can have once you start like playing. If you give them a 7 iron, they will shoot better than if they have every club. And the reason why is because once you get your driver, you're going to try to like smash it, you're going to hit it OB, and then you're going to get stuck in like the hole. Yeah. With a 7 iron, just go.
Yeah.
Go.
This is what I'm thinking. Like, even if
I'm giving you, ideas. Like,
no, I know.
He's getting the whole fucking.
That's why I came up with the one stick idea, because if I have a putter, I'm gonna putt that motherfucker hard, like 170 times. Okay?
So some tips: try to roll it as much as you can around the greens. Don't try to like get fancy and like hit it high over. Just roll it.
I won't even
You're
know
20 yards. Just grab the putter and try to get it.
60 degree every time he's
exactly.
Here you go.
Yeah. Also, how did that competition with the dude with the knees thing go? You were on your knees. Did you really outplay him?
Oh, we never played.
Oh,
but I was sure that
maybe we should do a double or a quadruple. I don't know what it's called when we're doing ours and they're doing theirs.
Yeah. Well, I don't think
that
they
was
would
like
be at the same
8 years ago. What are we? 2020? I mean, that was probably like 10 years ago that we talked about this.
Well, maybe hit him up and be like, I'll still smash.
Yeah.
What's good?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so ready for that,
dude. I am too. And
golf takes so long, though. Like, that's probably one of the reasons why I have stopped playing is because how long it takes. Like, yeah, it can take like 4 hours, but it can also take like 5 to 6 if the course is just slow. You're just like, fuck, it takes a while.
When you say the course is slow, it's like the people in front of you?
Yeah, sometimes it gets like packed up. There's a lot of slow players, and then you just like wait, and then it just gets... Yeah.
Okay, also with the 180 thing, like, what would be me doing something impressive to you? What would be that, honestly?
Like a score?
Yeah.
Impressive?
Like, if I did it and you, like, we're driving home and you're like, brother, hey, I'm proud of you. What would that look like?
If you broke like 150, I think I would be impressed.
Yeah, that'll
so
be
even
good.
beating your...
So
you know I'm going to beat it. So you're being a little...
No, I don't think you're going to beat one. I don't think you're going to beat 180. You know it's the least amount of strokes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure you know. Yeah. He's like, oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
No, I knew that. I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think if you broke 180 or 150, I'd be like, wow, that.
So you've never gone to like a driving range or anything?
I worked at a golf course for like 5 years, but
I think you can do it. Like if you've already hit it before.
I haven't.
You haven't.
I worked there,
okay,
like cutting the grass. So I've seen people that are good do things, and I get it.
Dude,
I understand.
Know. But yeah, it'll be.
It's like how I understand baseball. I could hit that shit.
Yeah.
All-star game. Smash.
I don't know. At the end of the day, what's gonna happen is we're definitely gonna make a video about it. It's gonna be like a whole ordeal. So
for sure, yeah.
You're gonna get a compilation of at the end of the day.
We never finished the round.
Yeah.
You might play better if you start drinking some beers too.
See, I don't know because I don't drink, and I just think me not thinking. I don't even think about it now. Yeah. I don't even remember we're doing it until we're talking about it on the pod. but I know you, and you get...
We have to get somebody to video it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We do.
Get
that
some,
would be,
for sure.
Because that's going to be
But I can feel the energy when I'm saying something, and you're just like, this motherfucker. So I know you've thought about it a little more than me. So I know when I'm out there, I'm just going to be
about it every day.
I'm going to be a free bird. I'm going to be just fucking...
Yeah.
I'm going to go yard. Isn't that something?
Hmm?
Okay, it wasn't nothing.
That's a unit of measurement.
Yeah, but when people say I'm going to go yard, doesn't that mean like they're going to go crazy out there? Like
maybe hard.
No, they say yard.
In golf, I don't think.
Maybe it's a baseball thing.
I think it's a... Isn't that like I'm going to hit it long?
Thank you, right?
But in baseball,
it'll be the first long thing I've ever done.
Hell.
I'm gonna go yard. I know this is a thing.
Yeah, but I've never heard that in golf. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The long drive competition is gonna be funny too. That's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
What does yard mean? Hitting a home run.
Yeah.
Going yard. I'm gonna go yard out there, dog. What if I hit a hole in one? What are you gonna give up?
You know what? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happens because usually
it's the least.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the super high handicaps or like that have never played that just randomly.
They just hit like a 3-wood and then the ball. Yeah.
Is there a handicap version of a hole in one? Like if I get like within an inch, is that a hole in one for a handicap?
No, you got to make the putt.
Well, if you play like with somebody and you're giving them strokes, like you're saying with handicap. So if you're playing like stroke play. And I'm giving you, for example, if we were to play and you're like, yeah, I think I'm going to make a 10 every hole. So I might give you like 5 to 7 strokes a hole. So if I give you 5 strokes in a par 3 and you make a 6, which is a triple bogey, that means that you made a hole in one in the strokes, in the stroke play.
Yeah, we'll figure it out when I'm out.
You said stroke play, and I was like, here it goes. I was like, he checked out already.
When you started saying, I'm going to give you something, I'm like, so I ain't got to play?
5 to 7 strokes, I go, there's no way he's keeping track.
Golf is a cool sport. I wish I played more. The reason why I'm saying this is because growing up, me playing golf, it was like all my friends would make fun of me. Oh my God, you're going to play golf. Everybody will be, soccer players, baseball players, football players. And I love the sport, but I always was a little self-conscious about telling people, "Oh, I play golf.
I'm a golfer.
I'm a golfer." Like,
fuck,
what are you doing?
You're a loser.
And then after like right after college, out of nowhere, all my friends started playing golf, and then I was a cool kid that was like really good at golf.
Yeah,
and I'm like, all these motherfuckers, like all my baseball player friends, football players. Yeah. Now they hit me up all the time. Oh, let's play golf. I'm obsessed. I love it. Tiger Woods. I'm like, God.
It's honestly within the last like, I don't know, probably 5 to 6 years, the amount of not only like golfing content that's been out, but just the huge, like even on YouTube, dude the amount of people on YouTube that play golf and do course vlogs and shit like that is insane.
It's also incredible. He showed me some people that are actually legitimately funny. Like they're just a good hangout.
What's his name?
Bob does sports.
It's super funny.
What is the dude that I really like? Is that Bob?
Bob, yeah. Brilliantly Dumb.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Bob.
So funny.
Dude, he could just be a stand-up comic or skits or whatever. Yeah. Him and then the bigger dude.
Fat Perez.
Dude,
he's a stick too, dude. He's like, he's a really good golfer.
They're great person.
I really don't consume the YouTube golf that much. I feel like I have a little PTSD of golf. Like, like I didn't play like I wanted to, and now I'm trying to like forget about it a little bit. So the whole like YouTube thing, I've watched episodes and I'm like, dude, this is really cool. But for some reason, I don't really get full involved into it. But when I went to the Phoenix Open with Scott, we played at a par 3 course. I think it was Monday and the tournament started Thursday. And when we're there, people are setting up like cameras, like legit, like the big like Sony to like broadcast. And we're like, what's happening? Oh, tomorrow they're doing like the YouTube. I forgot what was the name.
Good put it on. Good Open or whatever it was.
The Good Open, something like that. And we're like, holy shit.
That's tight.
And then, we played that course. It's like a par 3 course. The night before they played it was one of those par 3 courses with lights and stuff. And dude, they had this whole broadcast thing. The course was packed the day after.
Yeah.
Like there was like thousands of people just watching YouTubers play golf.
Dude, it's wild. Like, and of course, we're just consumers of media. Like, you produce media. But, like, isn't it crazy the transition that media has gone through in our lifetime? Like, I know
100%.
this is dumb and you don't really watch this, but wrestling, next year, starting in 2025, is going to be streaming on Netflix.
Oh, word.
Like streaming. Yeah. So, one, this is something people don't think about. That means they can cuss. Mm-hmm. They don't really cuss now.
They'll have like a 10-second.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they bleep everything.
Somebody was breaking it down and saying they're allowed to full cuss.
Oh. So
I don't think they're going to be saying like...
It's entering a new era then?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. They're doing that, and I think UFC will be right behind them streaming things on Netflix. It's like that. YouTube is getting really big. Like, these platforms that, like, Netflix used to just literally be DVD service.
Mm-hmm. I mean, think about us growing up when YouTube was the thing, and somebody will tell you, oh, when I grow up, I want to be a YouTuber. You'll be like, what the fuck are you saying? Yeah. Now, like, legit, like, 50% of the kids, that's, like, what they want to do. Yeah. And it's a legit career. Like,
you could not even be that big of a YouTuber and have a career.
And make a healthy living.
Really good living, Yeah,
I mean, how many people you see with, I don't know, 3 to 5 million subscribers, and they make a really good... I mean, there's a lot of them, too.
Yeah.
The most random channels, too. You're like...
I know you guys probably don't know this. Have you guys heard of a guy named Papa Meat?
Yeah, Meat Canyon, baby.
You know he's in a J. Cole song?
Yeah, they used his cartoon.
For hunting rabbits?
Yeah.
Have you heard this?
No.
God
J. Cole just... Yeah. And not all the voices are his, but that voice is his. The other two are someone else's, but he does these, like... You've probably seen the Meat Canyon cartoons.
And
Meat Canyon?
All the Twitch people, too.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Dude, that's huge.
Yeah. Have you seen this animation before?
Never, no.
No? Okay, well, he does, like, crazy voices. We'll just play a little bit of an audio.
His cartoon shit is...
Stuck your finger in. My wife, Steve.
See, it's like... It's a parody of, like, a real thing, right? Well, he did something that is now banned because Disney cut it out.
8.9 million views.
Oh, dude,
9 million views.
He
like
does
every
crazy.
video.
He does crazy views, but like he hand draws all these, and he like makes the animation, the voices, and all this, and these are just real small. Then he has a channel called Papa Meat where he like reviews things that only he is really interested in. So it'll be like, what was the death metal stuff you like?
Like black metal stuff.
Norwegian
black metal.
He does that. He'll do like taste testing things. That's what this one is, ranking every frozen dinner.
Dude, I love watching those dudes that like do challenges, like food challenges.
Yeah, Beard Meats Food.
My favorite is this guy, Eric the Electric. I don't know if you've seen
watched his stuff yet because I'm so on this one guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to be loyal to him real quick.
It's different though because there's a British dude, right, with a beard.
Yes.
So
he's so funny.
He goes to like different restaurants like all the time and like does a challenge and he crushes every challenge. Like dude is sick. But this Eric the Electric guy, he has like a different way to do it. He just takes his body to the absolute limit. He's like, I'm gonna eat 100,000 calories in 3 days.
Yes,
shit like that.
Beard Meats Food did that, but he did it in 4 days because he's a tiny guy. And then he goes
and eats like boxes of like Oreos and dude, it's the most insane thing you've ever gonna watch.
Yeah,
like he goes to like I don't know, Burger King and he orders everything on the menu times 2. And then he's like eating everything.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what? Oh,
and he will listen to this shit. The cool thing about it is that he's fit. Like the dude is like jacked.
Shredded.
Yeah. And he eats, I don't know, like 15,000 calories. And then he goes for like a 4-hour ride to come back and being able to like eat again. And then he goes into like the whole like carb part of like the thing. And then he goes to the gym and like deadlifts. The dude is like
I can't even imagine. Freak. Dude, I also have a very sensitive tummy. Like, I've got a sensitive body to food. Yeah. So if I eat something shitty, like, the next day and a half, everything
out.
Yeah. Like,
I'm
just out.
And I know we don't look at people like this normally in this, like, context, but they're literally superhuman athletes. These people that do these mass...
Oh, he trains for it.
One of us.
Dude.
Yeah, exactly.
He does one video a month because he legit, like, 3 weeks... before he's like training. Just Google him so you see like the thumbnail or not Google.
What's the weird dude?
I think you're about to say it.
Reversing his blood age or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah,
the wild dude.
Yeah, he has the same
doing
name.
His son's blood in his body.
Yeah, he has the same name as Liver King. I forgot. They both have the same name.
Paul?
Fraud.
What is his name?
Isn't it like Mike Johnston or some shit like that?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
something like that. Something
Dude,
Johnson.
It's definitely something plain like that.
But yeah, that,
it's
like
crazy.
I watched a video on that dude. Just like
what was the guy's name?
Eric the Electric.
Eric the Electric.
The Electric.
The Electric.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
dude, yeah, no, I've seen him.
Yeah.
I thought there's another guy. There's like 6 or 7 of these dudes that are all really good.
Oh no!
Jesus, I don't want to watch that one.
The world's heaviest woman's daily diet.
No, it's insane.
That's
like
crazy.
Now tell me, watching this, that you wouldn't just be like, I could give it a
and
go.
this like this is like the first meal. Then he goes to like the store and buys like, I don't know, 10 pounds of like Oreos, and he's just like eating them like nonstop, dude. It's
like on a day. Oh, you mean for the 100,000?
Yeah, like you.
I thought you meant for every challenge. I'm like, God.
I mean,
there's levels to this shit, dude.
You will never like.
Craving.
Once you watch an episode, you would be like, oh, okay, this dude is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Dude,
and now I've heard a little bit
this is making me
of like not rumors, but like somebody watched a podcast. I haven't watched it yet, but they said that they do have tricks to this, like where yes, they do legitimately eat all this food and they do like fully consume it. They don't like throw it back up, but like they'll fast.
Yeah.
They'll do things that help their body that they're not just doing this every fucking day.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that it takes a long time, too, to condition your stomach to a point that you can actually ingest this amount of food. Like, because you can't just do this, like, one day out of the blue. You've got to, like, actually build to this.
Well, you know what's wild about the
they
Beard
talk about
Meats Food guy? He lives in the UK. He'll come over to America for, like, months at a time. He'll do, like, a challenge a day or a challenge every other day. So it's like he is doing... I mean, granted, some of these challenges are like 2 really big burgers and some fries. So it's like maybe 2 pounds of food. But some of them are like, it'll be like a 10-pound burrito. Yeah. And you're like, these aren't even, but like, it's insane.
Yeah, and the cool thing about him is that he eats fast as shit. Like, he's more of a, like, endurance eater, what they call it. But,
Beard like his videos are, okay.
Yeah, he just eats for like, But, this guy, the British dude, he's like, he eats super fast. Yeah. So those are the challenges. They give him like 30 minutes to finish, I don't know, some like, like the biggest burrito ever. And he like crushes it.
I've seen this dude.
Yeah, this is his newest one. I didn't know
he was British.
Yeah. Huh. I've literally only watched a few episodes of him not being able to complete the challenge. Most of them,
only
he like
a few.
crushes it. Yeah.
And, like, he goes in, and he's so humble. So humble.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be like, I don't know. I might not be able to get this. Yeah. It's probably too big. And then he'll do it, and he'll, like, somebody's time will be 2 hours, and he'll dust it in, like, 12 minutes.
And what's funny is that sometimes the people don't know who he is, so they're like, oh, buddy, you're not going to be able to finish it. They're kind of like, and he's like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. But as you say, he's, like, just a humble dude, and then he starts crushing,
It's crazy. Do you ever, I don't know how you... Not network, but how do you get around in the media world? Do people hit you up to be like, yo, can you film for us? Have you ever had anybody in this realm ever reach out to you? Or
Well, I'm doing a lot of YouTube for, I'm creating the vlogs for a company called HWPO, Hard Work Pays Off, Matt Fraser.
Shit.
Yeah, so if you go search them,
I watch their stuff all the time.
Yeah, so the last 2 episodes, I shot them and edited them myself. But yeah, if you search Matt Fraser or just
Hard Work Pays Off.
Might be HWPO Matt Fraser.
Damn, it's a Juice WRLD song.
Just say Matt Fraser and
this remote is broke, so it's like I need to just buy a new remote. Hard Work Pays Off, Matt Fraser.
There you go. So the first one right there. So the last 2 episodes, the returns to the open, and a day live.
I just saw this one too.
Yeah, so I shot all that.
That's crazy, dude.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah,
this is at his gym, isn't it?
We got that's in Vermont. We got a lot of not hate, but a lot of people were pissed because this dude is the 5-time CrossFit Games champ, and the
best guy to ever do it.
Yeah, he retired, right, and he really doesn't work out that much anymore. Like people, it's tough to get him to do like one of these workouts, right? And this it's the yearly competition that so the whole season starts with the open. And fun stuff. Anyways, it starts with the open, and people were not expecting him to do the workout, right? Everybody's like, he's retired, whatever. And then literally halfway through the day, he says, I kind of want to do this, but I don't want to do it by myself. And he did it teams with another guy, Adam Klink. But we didn't tell anybody that he did it teams. So the video starts with him saying, hey, my name is Matt Fraser, and this is 24.3, which is the name of the workout. So everybody, what we did is a little clickbait that everybody was thinking.
I clicked on that for that exact reason.
That he was going to do the workout, and then halfway through the workout, it's him doing it with Adam Klink, and it's really fun. Yeah. But people were expecting him to work out, and if you read the comments, people are like, awesome video, but dude, that clickbait got me. Yeah.
Does Rich Froning, does he still do the team stuff or no?
He doesn't do it anymore. The way I got bigger in the space is because I got an opportunity to work with CrossFit Mayhem in 2021. So I was Rich, pretty much his personal photographer for 3 years.
What?
Yeah, 2021, 2022, and 23 at the CrossFit Games.
So, don't they live within 15 miles of each other or something?
They used to live in Cookeville, Tennessee. That's where Rich Froning is.
Yeah, really close.
Yeah. Well, they used to train in the same gym.
Imagine that vibe.
Yeah. Well, but it was already
just knowing you're not going to be on the leaderboard at all.
But at that point, they were not competing against each other.
Yeah.
So, but in your head, you get there and you're like, fuck, I'm a dust Rich today.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I got an opportunity to work as a photographer for CrossFit Mayhem at the games in 2021, which was Rich's 9th victory. I mean, W at the games.
That's the one with no crowd, right?
No, that's 2020.
Okay.
The one that they did at the range and stuff.
Yeah, where they were up on the hill at the very last. Yeah, and there was a run. Yeah, that one was really good.
Yeah, that was cool. But yeah, those movies were awesome too. That's kind of how I got involved into the sports, because I was watching the movies.
Did you make it into any of the movies? Did you see your ear or something, and catch of your highlighted hair or something?
You'll find me, especially in the last 22, 23. If you watch the movies, you'll see me because I was fully blonde. So if you see on the floor and you see the media pit, you'll see me every once in a while.
On the last one with Tia. And
her last year.
Yeah, what is that one called? I just watched it 3 weeks ago. It's re something and re something.
Yeah.
You're in that one?
You'll see me on that one. Yeah, for
I'll
sure.
watch it back. They're so damn good. You could watch them.
Yeah, whenever they're whenever they're competing, and sometimes they're doing the interviews in the back. If you look, you'll see me every once in a while. But the funny thing is that I'm really good friends now with the people that made those movies.
Buttery Bros?
So Heber and Mars, they're homies, and Julian. I've worked with them a lot too. I've done some projects with them. And it's cool because those are the guys that I looked up to when I got started. The main reason why the main reason why I started doing the sport is because I watched the movies. I didn't know who Heber and Mars were at that point, obviously. But then when I got more involved in the sport, and then I started creating content, those are the guys that you oh shit, those are the guys that made the movies.
Yeah.
I got to meet them in Vegas they were at Olympia at the rain tent
I was there. I was shooting with them actually.
Really?
Yeah, so we did the Buttery Games.
Yeah.
Was that last year, Ryan?
It was
in Vegas.
Yeah, last year in Vegas. But I got to meet, it was what was the dude? The guy who won it last year.
Justin Medeiros.
Yeah, he was there, and
doesn't he kind of look
Brian
like Cam
Shaw
Bennett?
Was there, and he's
got a Cam Bennett vibe.
On this part, you're gonna see I place the camera, and then we start dancing. You'll see.
I watched this too, and I didn't even pay attention.
Tootin' and bootin'.
Dude, and then I grabbed the camera. Yeah.
How wild is it to be bumping elbows with these people? Also, before I forget to say this, what a tiny world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all were in the same place. Also, he comes from somewhere completely different. All over the fucking world all the time. But then y'all also played golf almost touching each other. That's wild.
Crazy. Yeah.
Some crazy shit.
That was one of my favorite trips, because what we did is that I worked with this brand called DARC Sport. Mm-hmm. I do a lot of their content, mostly for the apparel launches they do.
Yeah.
And they hired me to do Mr. Olympia with them because they sponsor some of the athletes, the bodybuilders.
Yeah.
So I was already hired.
Job.
I was already hired from like Friday through Sunday to go with them. And then he calls me. He's like, "Hey, dude, like we're planning this thing for Mr. Olympia week. Can you shoot it with us?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm already hired." He's like, "No, but this is before. It's like we start like on a Tuesday." And he tells me the whole project. So it was it's called the Buttery Games. Mm-hmm. So they bring like the best rain athletes in all sports.
Yeah.
So it's like the strongest men like Rob Kearney.
Yeah.
And all those guys and Thor, the dude from Game of Thrones. And so they do like challenges. Some are strength, some are running, stuff like that. So we shot that for 3 days. It was super fun.
That's awesome. I was down in me and my girl were down in Orlando for the last Olympia.
Yeah, I was there
because
too,
we didn't know So ADCC was like there was
Y'all
ADCC
should hang out,
Open.
dude.
Yeah, I'll see. I'll see.
Right. The next, but ADCC Open there was one in Orlando, which is a big jiu-jitsu event, and I didn't realize that Olympia was going on in the same fucking convention center right across the thing. Right, so we get down there and like we're there supporting some homies that are competing, and I was like. And the wristband to get into ADCC also lets you into the what is it called? The like expo that they have before, the day before. So I was like, fuck it, let's just go walk around and see what's going on, And so we walked around and got like an energy drink and like got to see all the shit. And then we were leaving after everything was done, and we were like walking back to the car. And of course, it's like a 4 fucking mile walk out of this convention center. But we're walking across the street, and Thor is walking across the other way. And I was massive, like, Thor, and he was like turned around real odd, and I was like, "You're fucking huge, dude," and like just kept walking. But it was fucking insane,
it's sick.
Dude.
Such a guy thing to say. Hey, you're tall.
You're fucking gigantic.
Dude, it's funny because most, or if not all, the compliments he gets are from dudes.
Yeah,
like dudes.
For sure.
So that whenever I think I arrived there on like a Monday, and we're all staying at the area hotel in Vegas. So on Tuesday, Heber's like, "Hey, let's go downstairs. We're gonna meet Thor, and then we're gonna go to." We walked to like they wanted to buy some like shoes, some like J's. So we were gonna walk across the strip to another. I think it's past the Bellagio hotel. So we meet Thor, and we're just talking to him. He's like, "Yeah, let's start walking." So at that point, he was walking with 2 like bodyguards, but they were really
little guys.
They were really like the rain bodyguards. Like it's just people that like rolls with them. They're kind of like friends, but they're they act like bodyguards the whole time. So right when we get on the strip, first of all, it's cold. We're all like hoodie and shit, and he just has shorts and a t-shirt. His wife is like 4'7", maybe 120 pounds, super cool girl, and we're just walking on the strip, and everybody, literally, dude, like everybody just looking, and you can hear, "Oh, that's a dude from Game of Thrones. That's Thor."
Yeah,
that's everybody just looking at him. He's just like this dude just walking. Dude, it's like, dude, it was a cool experience.
Wild shit, dude. Yeah, that's crazy.
Didn't you take pictures with him?
I've got a picture with Brian Shaw, and I've got a picture with Heber and Mars, and I've got a picture with Brendan Schaub and Juji Mufu. Who's there too in that rain tent? I got a picture with him too.
Juju, isn't it?
Juju.
Juji Mufu, I think. Yeah.
But I got a picture with him.
He's super cool, dude. Yeah, so all of those guys were in the Buttery Games Games show.
Man, that's sick, dude.
Yeah.
Do you ever get asked to be like in any of the workouts?
Not really. I mean, I'm mostly behind the camera.
Do you do CrossFit?
Yeah, so I did it. I didn't compete at this level at all. But local competitions and stuff like that. I think until 2020 maybe. Yeah.
So you did like the Pensacola Beach Brawl and stuff like that?
I did Beach Brawl.
Didn't you just film that too?
Yeah. Well, so I'm a big part in putting the competition on. I run the whole media part of it. So I do all the hiring for the MCs, the photographers, videographers. I run all the content that we publish in social media. But the way it started, which is that it's kind of like full circle. Before I even did like any camera stuff, in 2016 when I started doing CrossFit, the gym that I still go to the same gym. They're the original owners of Beach Brawl. It's Mako Athletics.
Yeah.
They used to be actually they're
behind the Ellison Industrial Park, wasn't it?
They used to be like right here, like 2 minutes from here.
Yeah.
Now they moved downtown. So that's all you hear, like Beach Brawl, and then this big competition in Pensacola. Some of the best athletes in the world, like CrossFit Games athletes, go there to compete. And I'm like, dang, I want to be a part of that. So I talked to the owner. He's like, yeah, we'll get you as a volunteer. So in 2016, I was legit like rolling carpets, like staying until midnight, like, you know, getting the weights, getting everything set up. And it's like, you know, like legit, like starting from the bottom to a point that when I started doing like photo and stuff, like you'll see some of the guys that were doing Beach Brawl that were like, you know, really good. I'm like, dang, I want to at some point like be that good. But probably not, you know, like I'm just getting started. That was probably like 2018. And I kept doing it. And then 2019, I talked to her and I'm like, hey, dude, do you think I can get just a volunteer position at Beach Brawl? Like, I know I'm just kind of getting started. He's like, yeah, we'll get you there. And then I had his support, but like the people that were like as the media people at that point, they were kind of like, you know, like this new kid, like he doesn't really know what he's doing. So kind of like not the best experience, but I was always like, you know, like this is what I want to do. Like I'm going to just keep grinding.
Yeah.
And by 2021, I got the opportunity to like actually run the whole media for it. And that's one of the things that I remember how shitty those people were like to me when I was just getting started. I was like, I'm never going to be that person. Like if somebody wants to volunteer at Beach Brawl and I give them the opportunity, I'm just going to use it as a way to like teach them and like, hey, this is what I did when I got started. And hopefully, you know, I can help you. Because at the same time, there was a lot of people even in town that were helping me a lot. I don't know if you guys know Caleb Cummings. He does a lot of weddings and stuff. He's one of those dudes. I'm pretty sure that's his name. He's one of those dudes that I reached out to from Pensacola when I was getting started, and I can see already his work was really good. And he's like, without knowing me much, he's like, oh yeah, dude, come to my house, we'll talk. I literally spent like an hour of like asking him questions. He like helped me like set up some stuff with my budget and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, I want to be that person at some point. Yeah. Like if I ever get like to a level, if I ever get to the point that people are like looking up to me and like asking me questions, I want to like pay it forward, you know?
Yeah.
And
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, and luckily I'm at a spot right now that, especially in like sports, a lot of people like, you know, asking me questions and I'm able to help them, which is, you know, it's cool. It's just, feels good.
Is Jason Crabb?
Yeah, that's my homie.
Works out there?
Yeah.
Still? Okay, cool. Yeah, that's like old, like high school homie, pre-high school homie. Yeah, Jason. That's good.
I was in his wedding too.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Cool. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a long time, but yeah, I've known Jason for a while. It's a good, really, dude, really good dude, man.
What's been like the funnest experience you've had so far? I know 2023 was crazy for you.
Yeah.
Like you put that like recap video together. Yeah,
everything started kind of, I feel like COVID kind of helped me in many ways because it was a point that I feel like a lot of people either took advantage of the time and like learned a lot, or people just kind of like got lazy. Yeah. And I really put a lot of work in those months that it was like everything was closed up. Like, dude, I watched like countless YouTube videos. I was just going like my girlfriend at the time, I would tell her like, hey, let's go to, I don't know, Veterans Park and I'll shoot some stuff for you. Let's go to the beach, and just learning and trying new things. And I got really like a lot better during COVID. And then right after that, I got dude, it's kind of crazy to say because I know that I've put a lot of work and I feel like I deserve the opportunities that I've gotten. But at the same time, you look back and you're like,
why did I at that moment?
How did that happen?
Yeah.
Because, for example, getting that opportunity with CrossFit Mayhem, I mean, we're talking about it's the biggest camp or the biggest like gym in the world when it comes to CrossFit. And Rich Froning is like the name that everybody's like, you know.
He was the guy.
Yeah, the guy, yeah. So the reason why I got that opportunity is because, dude, back to Beach Brawl. Okay, this is a cool story. The first year that I was a media director at Beach Brawl, this local guy, his name is Bennett Looper, he sent me a DM. Hey, dude, I see that you're shooting Beach Brawl. I love what you do. I'm just kind of getting started, but I really like this like content creation, photography stuff world. If you ever need somebody to help you out, let me know. And I think it was legit. He sent me that text maybe like 5 minutes after I was talking to the owner at the time, Ty. He's like, hey, if you can get a volunteer, I think that'll be good. Because, I mean, perfect timing.
Yeah.
We probably need somebody else to like help you out. I'm like, sick, I'll see. And then Bennett sends me that text 5 minutes after. I go to his Instagram and I see, you know, definitely somebody that's like learning, but they know what they're doing. They have a good eye. And definitely somebody willing to like learn. And like, you know, he reached out to me just asking me questions. And right away I sent him the text back, dude, let's do it. Like, I would love to have you as a part of the team. Let's make it happen. He's like, wait, for real? Like, I'm like, yeah, just that's how it worked out. Like, perfect timing. I think you'll be a great fit. So he goes to Beach Brawl, like first competition he's ever shot across ever. And obviously like learning and everything, but he did a really good job. Like 5 or 6 months after that, he calls me. He's like, dude, do you know what CrossFit Mayhem is? I'm like, yeah, of course. He's like, do you know who Rich? I'm like, yeah, I know. Yes. What? Why are you asking me these questions?
Yeah. What's up?
He's like, this girl from Birmingham that I know just sent me a text that they're looking for like an entry-level media guy. I'm going to apply. I'm like, dude, go for it. I think you'll be great if they choose you. It's like, I need a letter of recommendation. Can you like write one for me? I'm like, absolutely. I wrote the letter of recommendation to the media director at the time. His name is Roy McKernan, which is one of the like most recognized names in CrossFit because he was like a broadcast guy. Anyways, I sent him the letter. I'm like, hey, Bennett's a great dude, super cool. I think he's somebody that's learning quick. Somebody definitely would be great for the team. Like a week after that, I get a call from Rory. He's like, hey, is this Carlos? I'm like, yeah. He's like, hey, Rory here. I got your letter. I really like the things that you said about Bennett. We had him yesterday to visit the facilities, everything. And I think he'll be a great fit. I just wanted to ask you some questions. We talked for a little bit. And at the end of that call, he said, you're a freelancer, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm freelancing. He's like, I think we might need somebody in the upcoming competitions. I'll definitely keep you in mind. I'll just, we'll be in touch. I'm like, dude,
that's fucking
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then probably a few months before the CrossFit Games 2021, I was like, at that point, I really didn't have too many connections. I wasn't too well known in the sport. And I got a call from Rory. He's like, hey, we need a photographer. We saw some of your work. Bennett says that you're, really good at what you do. Like, we want you as a part of the team. And then from that moment on, dude, it was like
awesome, dude.
All gas, no brakes.
Super cool.
Yeah, and I got a text from a really good friend when I told him about the opportunity. He's like, hey, dude, sometimes you only need just one opportunity to make your whole career. Just use this weekend as that opportunity. And I took that to heart. I was like, dude, I'm going to work harder than anybody else.
Yeah.
And just make it happen.
And like you said, it's like that all stems from that, like you being the mentor that those people weren't when you first wanted to get into it. You know what I mean? Which is fucking, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like looking back to those times, I'm like, like if you're a good dude, like things are going to work out, right?
Yeah. And looking at your stuff online, dude, you're absolutely suited to be in these places and doing these things. Like, it's high quality stuff.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, it's
a
lot of work, and but at the same time, like, I love doing it, dude. It probably doesn't feel like work. You're just like, really? This?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
That's hard, dude.
Is there like a dream gig or a dream person you haven't worked with yet?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's completely out of this.
Dog.
It's nothing sport. So
Papa meat.
I've always, dude, music is like, it was like my first love. Like when I started playing guitar when I was like 10 years old, and maybe 9, 10 years old. And I was always obsessed with Blink-182.
Oh, word.
It was like my band, dude, since I was like 8 years old. Like, I'm telling you that my first CD was Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. I was like 8 years old. I didn't know what they were saying because I didn't speak English at the time. Yeah. But I just remember watching the Rock Show music video on MTV. And I was like, what's happening here? They sound awesome. I don't know what's going on, but I love these three dudes that are whatever they're doing right now, or whatever they're saying. So they've been like my favorite band ever since. And my perfect gig will be something, I mean, if I think about like something completely perfect, will be like doing a documentary of them.
Oh yeah,
something like that.
Here's a question, because he does this, so I wonder if you do this. he knows songs in another language but has no idea what they're saying. Yeah, no. Did you?
That's exactly.
So you could sing that word for word and not know
not even like.
He does the same thing. Clue. What are those two songs?
There's a like Rammstein. I don't know if you ever listen to Rammstein.
Yeah.
Okay, and
like
then
a lot of those.
There's another one you and your brother do word for word. That just sounds like sounds.
I think it's Indian, but it's called Krishna.
Yeah.
Give us a little. Not a clue what they were saying.
No, it's okay.
You know what was cool? There was whenever they didn't play together from like 2004 through 2009, but really they didn't release any music until 2011, and so those were like kind of the years that I learned how to speak English. So I kind of like didn't listen to them that much, and whenever they released new music,
you were like,
at that point I already knew some of the language or most of it. And I'm starting to look back at some of the songs. I'm like, holy, it's like discovering the band again. Almost like starting to like, whoa. And then you're like, shit, some of these songs are crazy, fucking like dumb. Like, what?
Yeah. Did you listen to any of their other stuff like Angels and Airwaves and stuff?
Dude, absolutely. So I've actually, I got an opportunity to shoot Angels and Airwaves in Orlando.
Really?
Like just connections with, I got to talk, I met him. We're not friends or anything, but like I talk to him every once in a while. It's the guy that was the tour manager for Angels and Airwaves.
Wow.
And dude, huge fan. Half of my tattoos are Angels and Airwaves related. Like
that's so sick.
Yeah, Johnny Mumbles, by the way.
That's our boy, dude.
Yeah,
I love Johnny.
So
he's who got us on you.
Yeah, he will tell me all the time. He's like, I gotta talk to my boy so you can get there.
Yeah.
So I've never shot music before, but I talked to this guy, and I'm like, hey dude, like I wanna if you guys get an opening for a show, let me know. And this was during COVID, and he's like, whenever the show started like getting back up, like let me know, probably like a few months in advance. So the shows get released, and they get Tampa at Janus Live and Orlando at Hard Rock Cafe. And I'm like, I want to at least watch one of them, like experience it, probably the first one. And then hopefully I can do the second one. So I messaged him. I'm like, hey, dude, if there's any opening for Orlando, like, let me know. He's like, we don't have anybody for Orlando. If you want to swing by, I'll give you a media pass.
Oh, my God.
Dude, sick. Let's do it. So I went by myself to Tampa the night before Janus Live. And then the day after I shot for, Angels and Airwaves. And it was cool because then Tom started posting some of the photos on his own Instagram.
Oh my God.
And Angels used it for a few like announcements after that. So that was like the first like, holy shit, like, I'm one step into an industry that I really want to like be a part of, but I've never.
Because you can credit all of that.
Yeah.
It's part of your portfolio. And
correct. Yeah. If you go to my website, the first photo when you open it up is Tom DeLonge. So, dude, yeah.
Just the way he's able to make these connections,
it's this industry.
He literally just reached out and was like, "Yo, can I shoot Angels and Airwaves at Orlando?" Yeah. And he was like, "Yeah, we don't have anybody. Come on."
But you know what's funny? The reason why I got connected with him is because he used to do CrossFit. So whenever I started talking to him, we kind of like,
like I hate when people think that everything is just luck. Luck comes after hard work. Because you're not ever going to be in a position where you can, like, capitalize on that luck unless you're gifted or good at something. Yeah. Like, they're not just going to be like, yo, come play, like, a pro-am with some golfer. Yeah. You know, because...
You got to actually put work in.
Yeah, you got to do that. Or, like, they're not going to do these things without these connections because they can kind of look into it. Or, like, they can look at your Instagram or your website and be like, well, we already see he's put in the work. This quality is so high.
Yeah.
So it does sound circumstantial luck, but people overlook that. Yeah, it's that iceberg thing where they don't see below the water.
Watch this part real quick. Wait a second. Oh, I turned the camera around.
This is the
wait.
Well, I know this is gonna be real nerdy, but like
I think it's a little after that.
What kind of camera is this?
It's a Sony A7S III. That's what I use. There it is. I just kind of like turn around the camera and I.
What kind of price tag is on a camera like that?
That camera, I think now it's a little cheaper. I think it was released probably 2-3 years ago, but just the body itself, I think it's like $3,200.
See, it's wild. That's how you know we're in a different room. When he says just the body?
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah, because each lens is like 2,800.
I had no idea there was anything but a camera.
Yeah.
Like when
I got started, same thing. Somebody's like, "Yeah, get the lens." I'm like, "What? The what?"
Yeah, you can buy it all in one piece.
Yeah.
I bought this, and I now looking back wish we would have gotten a different camera because that's it.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah,
but you don't need anything else, right?
Yeah, but it almost doesn't zoom out enough.
Yeah,
the room is almost too tight. So like whenever we have two people, that has to be all the way in the corner, and they got to be real close. Yeah. Because it doesn't all fit. So it's like kind of put myself in a pickle there with that. But I mean, it works as good as it can for now.
But definitely like making connections in the industry of like content creation. That's the way that you're gonna get jobs.
What got you even into photography and filmography and all of that?
Dude, I feel like it was something that I always liked, but that I never like got into it. It was weird because I mean, school, obviously, like golf, and then business school. When I did a master's degree in MBA, and I was thinking, I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, am I gonna sit in an office 9 to 5? Like, I don't know. Like at that point, I was legit like, I don't know, a month before finishing my degree, and I didn't know what I was gonna do. Yeah. But I always liked the whole like social media world. I saw some people that were having success, like a social media management company or like agency. And I was like, maybe I can do something like that. And another thing that kind of worked out well is that when I was doing my master's degree at West Florida, I was also the teacher assistant for social media marketing and digital marketing. So I got to like, grade all the things about like social media. I was the one that would like sit on the test, making sure nobody cheats, and then grade their stuff, right? When the teacher is like just, doing something else. Yeah. So I was like always kind of into that. And when I finished my degree, I was like, dude, that's what I'm going to do. I want to make my own business. I want to be an entrepreneur. So I talked to the gym, Mako, and I was like, dude, guys, how can we do so I do all your social media? I just want to like manage all your social media. You don't have to worry about that. Do you guys have anything that, you can pay me? And they're like, we might have like $500 that we can pay you. I know that's not enough for you to go full time, but like, do you want to do it? I'm like, dude, I'm in. Yeah. Like, I want to do it. Like, I'll run all your social media, $500 a month. I mean, at that point, it was like I had nothing else, and I was coaching part time at the gym too. So I'm doing that, and I'm like, okay, it's time to get new clients. So I used to go to this food truck in Davis Highway, El Asador.
Yeah. Right here.
Yeah. So spot. Yeah, that's a spot. Yeah. So I've known the owner before that for like 2 years. I could go there every once in a while, say hello to him. Hey, how are you doing? And then I'm like, are you looking for somebody to run your social media? He's like, yeah, the person we're working with, he moved back to his country, and we don't have anybody. I'm like, dude, I'm the guy. Let's do it. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, I just went to school for it. Like, no. Technically, like I was, but yeah, that's what I do. Yeah. I do social media. It's kind of like a fake until make it. Yeah. And he's like, dude, let's do it. And I got him as a client too. So, like things start like rolling a little bit more. I'm like, wow, that's cool. And then I'm starting to notice like, I'm reading about social media, and they're talking about how, oh yeah, whenever we have a photo shoot, we have to outsource and like hire this person. I'm like, what if I, start creating the content, like actually like good photos and like, and I can like, that will be kind of like a thing that I offer that nobody else offers. Like if I get really good at taking photos. So at that point I was using my girlfriend's camera, like a Nikon, like entry level, and the photos were just like not good. Yeah. I'm like, dang, I don't know. I feel like I need a good camera. So I'm talking to some people, the same thing, like DMs, like, hey, what do you think? And somebody tells me, dude, if this is what you want to do, go for it. Like, you can't be like buying cheap cameras and then you're going to buy another cheap camera, and then just go for it. And I'm like, what should I get? And then he's like, I mean, if you have the money, maybe get the Sony A7 III. And I go search it and everything, and it was like $2,000. And at that point, I'm like, what? I'm not going to spend $2,000 in this. And then he's like, dude, if this is what you want to do, I'll do this. Go to Best Buy, get the credit card thing. You get 12 months to pay it off at 0% interest. Just make sure you fucking pay it. If not, you're going to, get in a hole. I'm like, I'll do it. and I feel like that also helped me I have to pay it off. Like I have to make money out of it. Bought the camera. I think it was like $2,000. I'm like, dude, that's crazy. Like I would have never expected to buy.
Yeah, being the first camera, you're spending $2,000 on it. You're like,
And then immediately I started going hard into learning how to use it. I'm like, well, now I have to use it. So I started going to the gym and taking photos of like people working out, and then photos of the food at Lasador, and I'm learning, and then from there, somebody at the gym is like, hey, so you do social media for this and that? Yeah. Oh, I have a business that we do meal prep. Do you want to like be a part of it? I'm like, yeah, sure. Next thing I know, I have like 6 to 7 local businesses in Pensacola that I'm doing all their social media, and I'm using the camera as just a way to like create better content. And then slowly people start asking me, hey, do you do family photos? I'm like, sure, I can do it. I've never done it before, but it's like a friend. Sure, I'll do it. Dude, we don't have enough money. Like we have like $100 in my mind. I'm like, $100? Yeah, dude, let's fucking do it. Yeah. But $100 works. Take photos of them, start posting on my social media. More people start reaching out to me, and I'm like, I kind of like actually like taking photos and making videos. But at that point, I felt like I wasn't good enough, right? But I started getting these opportunities, and then it was to the point that I'm like, hey, I want to do this. Like I want to get really good, so I really have to like learn how to use this. Not just have an auto and like hope that it turns out good. And then just started like shooting more and more to the point that I started realizing, I'm saying this was 2018. In like 2021, I started realizing that I wanted to step out a little bit of social media and just focus more on videography and photography. And and I still do it. Like if you go to a Lasador's Instagram, I do all their photos, all their content. Like for me, they're like family. Yeah. So I still like work with them just because first I love what they do. Second, they gave me an opportunity years ago, and I want to help them, support them as much as I can. But it turned out to be this like thing that I do now that I really enjoy, and and at the same time I've gotten to meet a lot of awesome people because of doing this. So it's been good.
That's sick, dude.
It's crazy to hear your story, dude.
Out of like not something I was planning, it just kind of worked out.
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
It's so cool to hear somebody come from like not even their home country. Like that's not even, you don't, like I get nervous about talking about moving somewhere else. I'm like, dude, I'll never be able to make it. I can't even make it here.
The night before I moved to America, it was probably I've never had that feeling before. I was like, I cried for the whole night. I was like shaking.
How old were you when you
17
moved?
By myself.
Oh, wow. What made you like? What was the idea? Golf.
I was like,
oh yeah, that's right. You got a scholarship.
Yeah. So since I was 13 years old, again, back to like music, you watch all these videos on MTV of like the high schools and stuff. I'm like, dude, that looks so sick. I want to go there. That's USA. I wanna be there. I want to be in America. So since I was a kid, I always liked the culture, like the American culture, like the music videos, music. I'm like, I'm never gonna see my favorite bands if I live in Venezuela, like I wanna always start playing golf. And when I was like 13, I was like, I'm gonna use golf. I wanna, using the sport, like getting better. I wanna get a scholarship to play college golf. That was kind of like the goal since the beginning. I finished high school when I was 17, and I had a few offers because I will come here in the summers and play tournaments, but it was nothing that I was like, oh, I really want to go there. And my dad is like, well, why don't you move there for a year, play tournaments all over whatever you can, just focus on golf practice, don't go to school or anything, but like play good, and then you're gonna get a scholarship. That's like the last option, right?
Yeah.
So I moved to Orlando. I played a bunch of tournaments, and I got some good offers. And Coach Phil from UWF reached out to me. He's like, hey, I want you to come to a visit. He showed me around campus. We went practice. I went to the beach with my dad. I was like, dude, this seems like there was something about Pensacola that like right away I was like, this is the spot. I want to come here. And it worked out great. I mean, end up in a place that I love Pensacola. Like it's a spot that not too many people know about, which I'm glad. I don't want it to get too big. And I've realized it's a spot that a lot of people move away thinking that everything else is much better. And like a year or two after, they're like, I want to go back to Pensacola.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of people here that complain way too much about
Too much, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, dude, so many people go, and then after a couple of years, they're back. You know
I travel a lot for work, and everywhere I go to, it's like, oh, this place is cool, like awesome. Like there's a lot more things to do in other places. Like you go to Nashville, you go to Austin, you go to Vegas, like San Diego, and there's so much stuff going on. And then when you talk to people that live there, they're like, dude, yeah, it's fun for like a week or two, but once you live here, the traffic, I mean, everything that, taxes and
a little bit of foreshadowing, huh?
And up, dude, it starts. For some reason, there's something about Pensacola, like just how calm it is. How like you can go, like right now we can like go to Odd Colony, get there in like 10 minutes, drink a few beers. We parked right in front of the brewery. We're back home in another 20 minutes. Like anywhere else, you're gonna have to spend $20 parking. Then it's like it's a completely different lifestyle. Like here, I feel like everything's slower. It's a lot more relaxing. There's less thing to do, but I feel like people here are a lot more chill.
Yeah. Definitely, I think this is like, it is important for you to grow away if you want to, but it seems to be like if you start here, you'll probably end up back here.
I think I think like you said, it's important if you've been here your whole life to experience something else. You know what I mean? I think that is important, but like for a place to raise a family or like end up, I think this is a great place. Like Pensacola will always be that
for sure.
Dude, I love it. Yeah. But also depends what you want to do. Like if you want to be a filmmaker that actually you want to, at some point be involved in like movie production, stuff like that, and you move to LA, you're going to be you're going to get connections there, and most likely you're going to end up where you want to be. Like somebody wants to do that and you live in Pensacola, probably not going to happen. Same thing if you want to be a very successful musician, you might have to move to Nashville, like something like that, so you get more eyes on you. For what I do, I think Pensacola right now it's a perfect spot. Like people tell me all the time, like, dude, you get more opportunities if you go here and there. But in my mind, I'm like, I really don't like. I think I like it here. I feel like if I go somewhere else, I'm gonna end up moving back.
Well, and you travel a lot.
And I travel,
right? So it's like,
well, it's gotten to a point that my business now is more traveling.
Yeah. Because I mean, how much? I mean, over the last year, how much would you say percentage-wise are you here and in other places?
Last year, I took 55 flights. Yeah, 55.
That's
but
wild.
But at the same time,
you should just reach out to see if you can get sponsored by Air.
Dude. But at the same time, it's gotten also to a point that I don't know if I want to do that for too much longer. Like just the whole like traveling, grinding. Like on Saturday, I'm going to Boston for a Boston Marathon to vlog for them. Mm-hmm. Then on Monday, we're traveling to Vermont. I'm gonna be there for a whole week. Then I'm flying back here for like 3 days. Then I'm gonna go to California to shoot DARC Sport. Then I'm coming back, and then I go to Myrtle Beach for the World's Strongest Man with Rob Kearney. So in the next like 4 weeks, I'm gonna be out of town for like 3 weeks, and that's something that used to excite me a lot back in the day. Yeah. And now I'm kind of like I still love it, but it's like I don't know for how much longer I want to keep doing this.
When is that? When is the World's Strongest Man in Myrtle Beach?
It's the the first week of May.
Isn't there a?
Yeah, it starts the first.
There's an ADCC in Orlando.
There's
somewhere around there.
There's a.
It literally just texted me.
The Myrtle Beach Open, or the
what's up?
Myrtle Beach Classic.
Rob Kearney, the guy that I'm shooting the Myrtle. You know Rob Kearney? Mm-mm. He's a rain athlete. His Instagram is the World's Strongest Gay. He's been on Joe Rogan a few times. Yeah. He's like a homie. Like
tell him we say hey. We're on first name basis.
You know what? I'm gonna send him a photo right now.
What's up, dude? But yeah, there's the I don't know. Did you see any of the YouTube stuff? The Myrtle Beach Open. With the Myrtle Beach Open, with like all the YouTubers coming together to play at the Myrtle Beach fuck, I don't remember the name of the golf course, but they were all playing to qualify for the PGA Tour event they're doing there. Did you see any of that stuff?
No,
like
I
Bob
haven't
the
seen
Sports, like Fat Perez played in
No,
it. Grant and all them
I
played in
haven't been
it.
like in the consuming YouTube like that.
But
That's over there.
But the Myrtle Beach Classic is like around that time. It's either the end of April or I think it might be the first week of May is when they're having it. That's why I didn't know. Yeah, if it was going on around the same time. But
yeah,
that's tight.
So traveling a lot, yeah, it gets tough.
Yeah.
Do you have to turn anything away, or are you at a point where you're doing things that only interest you?
Yeah, for sure. So when I think around COVID 2021, I was doing a lot of wedding. I mean, I was doing like 15 weddings a year. At some point, I was like, oh, I want to be a wedding photographer. That's like what I wanted to do. Again, there's like that's a cool thing about this industry too, that it's like so many like branches that you can like see what you like, what you don't like. I was like against doing CrossFit because in my mind I'm like, there's really not that much money in the sport for me to like, you know, make a good amount of money. But then whenever you start seeing like, you know, like running a YouTube channel, stuff like that, like that's when, but at that point I was just thinking about competitions. There's like 4 big competitions a year.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to pay me well for 4 competitions. And then what? I don't want to do CrossFit. I want to, you know, weddings going to be fun.
Yeah.
I was shooting like 15 weddings. I got to a point that I was, you know, getting a lot of people to like, hey, can you shoot my wedding? But started feeling like, oh gosh, I don't want to book something for 2025. Like, what if I have something really cool that weekend? And it started happening. Like people were booking from 2021 to 2020 or 2020 to 2022. And I started missing things that I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is it. I can't be doing weddings that it's something that I really don't enjoy as much. And I'm booking so far in advance that I don't know like what I'm going to be doing.
Missing opportunities.
Yeah.
And,
So now it works more like, a lot of this stuff is kind of like on the spot. They can call me and be like, hey, we have something going on in 6 weeks. Are you available? Like on last week on like Tuesday, they, do you know the brand Noble?
Noble.
Yeah. So I've done some work with them, and Scott Stallings, the PGA Tour player, sponsored by them.
Yeah.
And the media director, she calls me. She's like, hey, I know it's like super last second, but we want to shoot some stuff like the new shoes that we have with Scott in San Antonio. Can you travel on Sunday there? So it's like, you know, we're talking about 5 days before, and it happens a lot. So you just gotta be really, you know, your calendar. You need to know it's like you can't miss something, because then if you end up booking 2 things, like, you know.
That's crazy. I noticed that you're still with Mattie?
Yeah.
I noticed that she's sponsored by BPN. I love that company.
Yeah.
Do you ever do anything with them?
I've
or is
never
that just
done
like
anything directly with them. Actually, I'm okay friends with one of the. I mean, not like really good friends, but we like know each other. We've worked in the same floor before. One of the May Media guys there, and they have an awesome media team. Like it's one of those companies.
Stuff is sick.
That I think they're doing it right, because it's a company that's been able to scale a lot using their content. So it's like a lot of companies try to go cheap on like content creation. They're like, yeah, our product is good, we probably don't need that much like content. I feel like BPN did the opposite. They knew they had a good product that wasn't out there as much. They're like, let's hire a really sick media team so we get out there. And they hired this guy that I'm talking to you about, and another like 3 dudes, and I mean, they're crushing it. So they really don't need anything. But yeah, Mattie's sponsored by Rain, BPN, and Tier Sport. Yeah, she's in Thailand right now, so 12-hour difference. So whenever it's like 8 p.m., she's like waking up.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's
how long is she over there for?
She's there until Thursday. Yeah.
Okay.
Thursday.
She's doing like a training camp kind
of thing?
So
it's a qualifier for the Olympics.
Okay.
So she's an Olympic athlete, and she went to Tokyo the last competition, or the last Olympics. And this year, only 3 people make it. She was ranked 4th until Bulgaria, and well, she's still ranked 4th, but she got hurt. So she couldn't do Bulgaria or Thailand. So she wasn't even going to travel to Thailand. I mean, you know, her dream of going to another Olympics kind of like, it's not gonna happen this time. Obviously, like not something that it was a tough few weeks, obviously, for her. But then she gets a call. She's like, "Hey, Mattie, just letting you know, you're still the fourth. You're the alternate. What if something happens to any of the 3 girls that are in front of you?" And it's not even that she's like the fourth. She's the best at her weight class, but she's ranked 4th combining all the weight class. So there is like a so Mattie's like 49. Not even pound for pound. It's just according to their world ranking on that division. But she's in the division that's like where most girls are. So there's one that's like really light. Like 49 kilos that's going. One that's like the super heavy. I think it's called super heavy or just super. That's going. And then this girl that's one weight class before her, she's going to go too. So Mattie's the 4th. And they say, hey, you're still the 4th. If you don't go to Thailand, you lose your eligibility. You have to at least go there and weigh in. Just like they have to mark your way, drug tests and all the stuff that they do. And she's like, well, but what are the odds? And the coach is like, hey, we don't know. Like, we don't want to be in a position that, I mean, hopefully nothing happens, but somebody gets hurt. And then, oh, you would have gone to Olympics, but you didn't travel to Thailand. So they made the decision to go to Thailand and weigh in. So she weighs in like a few hours.
Damn.
Yeah, she's probably waking up in like the next 40 minutes.
Props to her. Hopefully she makes it.
Yeah, dude. That's fucking wild,
so she's there right now, like not training. She's still recovering from her. She got injury. It wasn't even like bone related or anything. It was more of a nerve thing. Like she lost feel on her right leg, or I think it was her right leg. So she couldn't feel, like whenever she was lifting, she was pretty much like lifting with one leg.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Damn, that's gnarly, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, the sport, just weightlifting or CrossFit or any of that stuff, it's so like, the people that are really good at it make it look effortless.
Yeah.
But like the injuries are real, dude.
Yeah. And
it can be scary.
Especially the World's Strongest Men type thing.
Dude,
like, that's crazy. You're
crazy.
Like back in the day, I remember watching it on ESPN, and it would be like they're doing truck pulls, but it just seemed so more gritty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because everything was dirty.
Like fucking 747s.
Yeah.
Dude. It's like,
crazy.
what, dude?
Yeah.
Lifting up trucks.
It's so smooth and like sick looking now. Like, it's cool to see things evolve.
Yeah. And before I started dating her, I never actually saw somebody like an Olympic weightlifter like train. And obviously, like, there's people at the gym that train, but they're like national level, like they just make it to nationals, right? Like Mattie's at a completely different, it's like, you know, like the level of like CrossFit Games athlete, but in her sport. So they train completely different. I never like experienced it until I started dating her and like going to like a training session, and I'll be like, dude, this is crazy.
It's next
like
level.
just putting your body through that much like weight all the time. Like one of the best guys at the gym, he's like, dude, Maddie's like hitting her 90% all the time. Like, you know, like they go down to like, you know, lightweight, and then she's at the point that she can't really like do that. I mean, obviously they know how to cycle through that, but it's like, dude, training so heavy for so many hours, and the whole day is like about recovery. I mean, we're talking about she's usually around 76 kilos, and
you know this guy,
she's
Zach
Tellender.
Yeah, you know that guy, right? What's his last name?
Zach Tellender. Yeah,
Tellender?
he was
Zach
at the
Tellender, Mattie Rogers.
Yeah, that's her. Oh yeah, the video of them squatting.
I hate this damn remote.
Hold
the video of
Zach
them squatting.
Tellender, Mattie Rogers. Please don't erase it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait a fucking minute.
This dude is like blowing up as well.
Bro.
But he was like gassed.
Dude, I didn't even realize that's who that was. I totally know who Mattie is now.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so
that's
Zach,
wild.
And he's basically whooping her, or she's basically whooping his ass.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I can't do this anymore. But Zach's actually a good friend. He hangs out with HWPO a lot. So this past like vlog that I show you, he was there because he's also a musician. He's pretty good musician. So yeah,
that's crazy, dude.
I'm so jealous she's sponsored by BPN.
Yeah,
so jealous,
dude. I've been taking
That's such a
BPN.
sick-
Like all my stuff is BPN now.
Yeah.
Like creatine and all that stuff. Yeah.
That's why I never even put that together, honestly. Like, I followed her for, like, probably 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, because there was a time when I was... Shit, this was
She lives
5
here in
or 6
Pensacola.
years ago. Oh, really?
Yeah.
This was, like, 5 or 6 years ago, and
Well,
I was
now.
doing CrossFit with a buddy that we were working together, and he was like, dude, you should come to the gym and try it out or whatever. And I was like, fuck yeah. And then I started getting into it and following it a lot more, and I somehow came across... Because there was a video of... I think it was her and 2 CrossFit athletes.
Oh yeah, you were talking about the brute strength like challenge.
Yeah, there's like
it was
3
one
or 4
CrossFit athlete, one bodybuilder,
and one Olympic weightlifter,
one
right?
weightlifter, and one powerlifter.
And
That's
like
cool.
they all went up
Who
against it,
won?
and there was a couple different like.
What did you say?
Who won that?
I think the CrossFit athlete Brooke Ends.
But was it like
Brooke,
an average
Yeah.
of like everything? Cause
They
then
do like
that's-
many different. Like they do
Yeah.
max deadlift and a max clean.
Yeah, they do a whole bunch of, but she was in that video,
Yeah.
and I like from that connecting all that, I like
Yeah.
followed all of them, and dude, that's fucking wild.
Yeah,
That
so
is
she
moved- really
crazy.
cool.
She moved to Pensacola probably like 6 months ago.
Oh,
I
dude,
saw
that's awesome.
she did like a rogue gym.
Yeah.
Is that her?
That was
Pensacola
at her
thing?
old house in Orlando.
I was like,
Yeah.
dude, that's sick.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
it
So
kinda
she's
looked-
sponsored by Rogue too. So her whole gym was
set up.
yeah, dude. The setup was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it looked dope.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Now, with being involved with her, is there like any competition with filming, or are you like her exclusive, or does she have a filmographer to herself, kind of thing?
So she hates when I try to like help her out with content because she's like, no, you're not gonna do anything for free. Like, if you're doing something, you have to get paid. This is your full-time job. I'm like, Mattie, it's fine. Like, I'm already here at the gym. Like,
Yeah.
just take a few
Yeah.
photos. It'll help you for your social media. So she always wants to like pay me. I'm like, you don't have to pay
That's
me. Like,
super
relax.
cool of her
But
to
yeah,
do that.
and she's
Yeah.
like, this
Don't
is
pay
your,
me,
this
teach
your,
me
yeah,
technique.
Yeah.
this is your
Yeah.
full-time job. Like,
Yeah.
I want you to
Be
so-
successful. Yeah.
yeah. So what we do now is that some of the companies that she's sponsored by, like Tier, like the shoes, apparel, I've done work with them a lot in the past.
They're
so
blowing up, too.
they hire me to do
Good
stuff for
grief.
her and stuff like that.
Dude, that's awesome.
But again, sometimes Rogue reaches out like, hey, we're gonna send a video guy to, record a day of life for Mattie Rogers, something like that. But dude, I don't care. Like I know those guys very well. The people that like.
You could
that
also
shit.
get connected
Like
that
for
way.
example,
You're
right
like,
there,
hey, sick.
that person's Will at Barbell Stories, and he travels with Mattie to he's in Thailand right now over there. So
Word.
we're like good friends, and he's doing a documentary right now on like the road to Olympics, and he was he
Such a
couldn't
good
come to
idea.
Pensacola, so he asked me if I could record like the interview. So what we did is that we set up 2 cameras, and I put the phone on top of like the main camera, and we FaceTime Will, and Will just ask her the questions, and it worked out. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, dude. That's super cool.
I think we're just gonna be sitting here in awe of everything you say for like everything.
That's
Dude,
God,
you guys should get her on the pod. That'll be fun.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
cool as fuck.
Maybe we know a
That'd
guy.
be super.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that would be super.
Yeah, we would not turn that away at all.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I think she'll have fun. She's very I told her when I met her, I thought she was unapproachable until you meet her.
That's nice to say to
Because
a girl.
yeah.
They love that.
That
Dude.
shit, yeah.
Cool.
That was at the CrossFit Games
Yeah.
this past year.
But
So
she's unapproachable. Go ahead.
there and she's always like, stop saying that. Like I always tell her, because I feel like she has like a presence around people that I don't know, whenever you
She's
feel
just
like that
protective
energy.
of her own energy.
Yeah.
You know some people have that energy that's kind of like they know that, for example, she knows that people recognize her a lot, and sometimes she gets a little
She doesn't
anxious
want to
when
be
there's
used.
when there's too many people around her. Sometimes she gets a little anxious, so she can be like kind of quiet whenever she's in a public space.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Dude. Like it like
Dude,
I understand that.
I'm
for
a
sure.
nobody and I'm super anxious.
Yeah.
Nobody knows me.
Yeah. So funny story, before we started dating, like way before we started dating, her coach is the head weightlifting coach at HWPO.
Oh,
So
Cool.
when one of the trips I did to Vermont, her name is Amy. She's like, hey, meet Mattie. And I knew who she was, but I've never met her in person. So I meet her, blah, blah. Hey, nice to meet you. We were in the same facility for like 3 to 4 days. We didn't cross one word. We didn't say one word to each other. I was like, dude, she's unapproachable.
Yeah. She's mean.
Yeah. She's, at that point, I didn't know if she was mean or nice.
Yeah. You see her across the gym, you're like, and she's like.
But we didn't, we
like,
didn't cross one word. Like, we didn't say anything to each other. And obviously, like, now we're dating, and I tell her all the time, like, I just feel like you're unapproachable until people, like, actually get to know you. And, you know, like, you're this, like, cool, like, outgoing girl, but they don't know until you feel comfortable. I feel like it takes a while for her to, like, actually feel comfortable.
It's like Christian Basso.
Exactly.
I feel like it translates well on camera, though. Like, she doesn't come off, like,
she's comfortable
closed.
in front of a camera.
Yeah. I mean, also, Zach is awesome. Like, he's hilarious. I think he had Nikki Rod and J Rod and Craig, Ethan. These are like jiu-jitsu, like huge jiu-jitsu guys, but they were doing workouts and like just cutting up back and forth, and it was good.
I remember seeing the clip from that.
Yeah.
Also, just real quick, did you see that apparently Craig isn't, I don't know if it's true, Craig isn't doing ADCC?
Yeah, he said, why would he?
Okay.
It's 10 grand.
I wanted to make sure
he's
that
like,
it was real.
I could get 10 grand in a second at a seminar. Like,
Okay.
No, for sure. I don't even think they're going to reach out to him for an invite. I don't know. Dude, you should do ADCC. That would be unbelievable. Yeah, that's the Olympics of jiu-jitsu.
Oh, really?
It's in Vegas in August. We're going.
Yeah, we'll be over there.
What's the name of this kid? I think he has an Italian last name.
An Italian last name?
Mikey Musumeci?
Yeah, Mikey.
Yeah,
that was
little glasses guy.
Quick.
Yeah, well, you said Italian dude, and I was like, he eats pizza and pasta every fucking night.
I was gonna say that he fasts all day, but at night he cooks. Like every night, he makes himself a pizza and pasta and just eats.
I thought you were gonna say like you've been filming him.
Oh no! I don't know who he is.
He weighs like 115 pounds.
Dude, he's awesome.
He literally eats like 6,000 calories every night.
Yeah,
it's like
between like 8 and 10 p.m. It's like, dude, how do you do? Like, I don't understand it. And then he keeps his body like
his metabolism's got to be crazy, but also
trains.
He's always training. So
what I was gonna say when I was talking about her weight, so I mean, she's tall-ish, 5'7" for, you know, it's pretty tall.
I thought she was taller than that.
Yeah,
like in the video, because he's
tall.
tall.
Well, Zach is super tall.
He's got to be like,
I don't know, how tall are you?
I'm like 5'7". I'm like 5'7".
Brother.
Probably about your height.
Brother, hey.
But she looks.
Sit down.
You know, like
trying to get a gauge.
Usually girls with like big legs, they just look like tall. I know.
Okay.
Yeah, and so she's still not like a big girl, dude. She eats every day like 4,000 calories. It's crazy. Like sometimes we go downtown to like eat somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. We go to like UPH and we eat there. And on the way back, she's like, "Can we stop by a gas station? I need to get some protein shakes." Because she still hasn't hit like her.
Yeah, you gotta like. I mean,
like fucking record every single thing.
That, but also you gotta think like she's an Olympic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dude, also if you guys ever need just like a private chef or anything, holler at your.
Or like if you'll need an assistant.
Yeah, I worked in the restaurant industry for like 6 years, and it was like I did all at Global Grill. I don't know if you know downtown. I ran saute and I did like most of the specials there for like a long time. So
Global's a good spot.
Yeah,
but also if y'all like need an assistant, I'm funny to be around.
Just to hang out.
I'll just do your paperwork.
I'll just fill space and just kind of make you laugh.
I'll dust and do dishes and whatnot.
I'll talk to her. I'll be like, hey, you should do the pod. I think it'd
be fun, dude.
It'd be super cool.
And she has a really cool story. I always say that, again, being biased too, but I'm like, if at some point somebody makes a documentary about her, I think a lot of people are gonna relate to her story because she had a pretty rough like upcoming, you know, rough childhood, and she doesn't talk about it, and nobody really knows.
Yeah.
But
well, we're down.
Yeah.
I love letting people like just. I would have never known all the connections you have or all the situations you've been in, and just hear that, and you're so humble. Like all that is so cool to put together in a package. I will say, your hair, your highlights and stuff, you're like, all right, this dude's probably gonna be a little cocky, you know, but dude, just immediately meeting you in person, just walking up to you and shaking your hand, you're like, it's so nice to meet you in person. I'm like, dude, this dude don't know me, why is he saying this?
You're like,
so nice.
Hey bro.
Yeah.
Hey, chill, bro.
Yeah.
You're definitely. I think it helps when people get to tell some form of their story and get some outlet out there. You know,
dude. I've always felt that the energy that you like, you put out, like that just tells more. Like people really feel that like energy around people. Mm-hmm. Whenever they feel that, have you ever met somebody and you're like, I don't know about this dude, just kind of like that energy, it's just weird.
Sure.
And I just feel like you need to have that positive energy around you that people want to, like, especially in like what I do in my my world of like videography and stuff. Like when you meet potential clients and they feel that like connection, like cool, like he's nice to be around, like it'll be good to, if I'm going to spend a week with somebody vlogging, like, you better like that dude. If not, like this fucking video guy is just like following me around.
Shitty,
yeah. Because at the end of the day, like, I stay in the same hotels as them. Like, I'm going to spend time all week with them.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you got to. I mean.
Our buddy Kitty films with, like, A&E and, like, major productions like that, and he does, like, their reality shows.
Cool.
And like he was saying that normally you're not supposed to be like, if you're behind the camera, you're not supposed to know the people, like you're not supposed to be hanging out. But like there's times where the crews are hanging out with like the people on the TV show and they're just all family basically. Yeah. Like you don't see that because you just see like you'll see 90 Day Fiance or something. And you're like, it's so dramatic. But, like, they actually have relationships where they're like, oh, that's Uncle Todd behind the camera or some shit.
I've never been involved in, like, production and, like, the production side of it. It's something that really never, like, caught my eye. I have a few friends in town that's all they do, and they crush it. I think, that's their thing, and but there's something about it that I appreciate, and I love what they do, but it's just not for me.
Yeah.
I'm more of a one-man band guy. I like to do like sports stuff. I like to do my own edits.
And I think you also love the connection with the person.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like obviously your work speaks for itself. You kill that. But I think for you, a lot of it, just based on talking, is like the connection you get to make with that person and like be a human being with them and not like just be behind the camera sitting there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so I feel like
But I mean, Pensacola has a lot of talent, dude, when it comes to like production side of it. I mean, everybody at Lency and all those dudes. I mean, it's, you saw they filmed the movie for the Blue Angels thing that's going to be on IMAX.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah. What?
You didn't know?
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
No.
So they're going to, there's a Blue Angels movie coming up, and the crew of Lency Films are the guys that filmed it. Yeah.
Dude, that's sick.
I remember when we were kids, like going on field trips to the naval base and watching the IMAX thing where it's like that's the closest thing I've ever had to anything. I think
it's awesome. Gonna be released in the summer or something. I really don't know. We can look it up.
Hey, this dude's already crazy about planes in the sky.
Brother,
okay? Oh, dude,
he's a Top Gun head.
Top Gun fool, bro.
Dude,
it's like.
Don't tell him you know Tommy Buns or Tommy Cruise at all,
dude.
No.
Yeah, dude. That still is one of those movies that I throw on like every once in a while just to refresh my memory.
Oh, yeah.
But I've probably watched it 150 times.
Really?
Like for sure.
Yeah, it's a great
I still
movie.
geek out at like Going to the Blues and stuff like that. It's still like my favorite. Yeah. Just to watch that.
Well, there's gonna be there's a movie now, and it's like, well, I mean, you can see a trailer. It's sick. It looks cool, and it was a local production company that filmed it.
Dude, field trip.
Do you know the name of the thing if we wanted to watch?
I think if you put Blue Angels IMAX.
We'll watch that real quick.
That's tight.
Is there anything coming up other than those little things? Like, is there a major thing coming up this year that you're like looking forward to? Blue Angel movie trailer?
Not really on top of my head. Again, the CrossFit
Prime Video.
Ooh.
What?
Is it this one though?
It said Blue Angel. Whoa.
What?
Oh yeah, it's this one. Yeah.
Wow.
So that was filmed by Lency Films, which is a local production company.
Fuck. Dude, that's wild.
Yep. And it's gonna be IMAX. Yep.
Wow.
Dude.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So it's a documentary style.
I think so. Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
And they kept it on the down low for, I mean, the longest time. One of my best friends that I actually, when I started doing content creation, like he started at the same time as me. His name is Chris Vargas. And he's like one of my best friends in the industry, and he works with Lency now. He's one of their editors. And dude, he didn't even tell me about it.
This is insane.
I saw a few stories of him like filming the blues and stuff. I'm like, what are they doing?
Dude, I would be lying
if I
said I wasn't.
Glenn Powell and J.J. Abrams? Do you know who Glenn Powell is?
I've heard the name.
You know the movie that just dropped that's called Anybody But You? With the girl from Euphoria?
Oh, yeah.
That's Glenn Powell. That's a love interest.
Dude,
I didn't know he was in filmmaking, right?
This has got me so fired up.
J.J.
Ridiculous.
Yep.
May 23rd? Brother, it's
that's
right
like,
on the corner, dude.
I'm telling you, dude, it's...
I'm going to watch it again. That was unbelievable.
Oh, do you see how close... Dude,
dude, just like the views.
Yeah.
This shot.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And you
That's
can
number 6,
you go
baby.
you go to Lency Films, and you can see the behind the scenes of that shot, and it's sick.
Oh, I hope they do like a little mini doc or something, like the behind the scenes of it. That would be cool as fuck too.
Yeah.
Like obviously this is like a huge piece of like work, but like to have some of that kind of like tidbits of
also
what
to
they
see
did
the
behind the
vintage
scenes.
footage of like people watching
The OG.
I've
blues.
never been to a single show.
You've never been to a Blue Angel
Not
show?
one.
Dude.
So like this
It's
is
sick.
mind blowing to
That's
see like behind the scenes. I'm sorry, we stepped on. You said I was asking you if you had something coming up this year.
Oh,
That was like huge that you might be looking forward to.
nothing really, honestly. I think that this year's gonna look a lot like last year.
Yeah.
So a lot of the similar travels and stuff like that. But I feel like I'm in a good spot right now in my career that, as you said, like I'm choosing like what jobs to do. It's a lot of jobs that bring me a lot of like, you know, it keeps that passion of like me creating content. It's nothing that I'm like dreading. Like everything that I have already booked is stuff that I'm like looking forward to do. But yeah, I mean, hopefully at some point, again, this will be more of a passion project, but I can get more involved in like the music industry. Yeah. There's really, I have a few friends that play in bands, and they're like, dude, there's really not money, like that much money. And I'm like, honestly, like I'm at the point that I don't really care that much about like the money, because I'm not gonna jump straight into that industry and not do it. Like I'm still gonna do my thing, but I just want to do some fun projects and get more involved in that world. So I mean, who knows? I'm still in touch with some of the people around like those bands like Blink-182, and hopefully I get an opportunity that's like, you know, hopefully, I mean, it's 2024. Hopefully I'm watching this in 2026 and I'm like, dude, like, this was a point that I said that I wanted to, you know, and now I'm like shooting their documentary or just, you know, being more involved. But yeah, hopefully it's something like that. You know, I'm, you know, manifesting it that hopefully.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude.
But other than that, yeah, dude, like sports, who knows? Again, you get crazy opportunities out of nowhere, so I might get an opportunity to do something completely different, and
That's
is awesome. There anything you want to shout out before we get out of here? Like, is there anything you want, sponsors or things that you're going to be dropping anytime soon? I know aren't you coming back with your podcast soon?
Yeah, so I haven't done. I stopped about 8 months ago, and I'm relaunching it on Thursday. So yeah, if you're a content creator or somebody that likes photography, you're just getting started, I think it's a good spot to like learn from other people that have done, you know, similar stuff that I do. I share some of my stories too, but it's a lot of people that are very successful in the industry right now, and they share a lot of like their stories about when they got started and like how they improved and all that. So I get a lot of people like, hey dude, like I'm just getting started in this world, and your podcasts have been awesome just to like learn the story about, you know, some people that you see people like Peter McKinnon, and you're like, oh my God, like they're so there. You don't think about what was his first 5 years in their career, right? Yeah. So I have people that are very successful that you see, they're like, oh, they made it, you know, like they're shooting whatever they want at this point. But they talk about those first few years, and that's what people relate to, because you're at that point, right? And I always tell people, I'm like, dude, I look back at the first few years of my career, and I miss it. I miss those days, because it was some sort of like adrenaline every time. You didn't know what was gonna happen. I will sleep in my car to go to jobs. I will lie about things that I can do that I
fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. Like, can you be in Jacksonville like tomorrow morning? Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I live like a I'm close to Jacksonville, and I'm driving like overnight to go to Jacksonville just because I don't want to tell the client that I might, stuff like that, and like sleeping on couches and floors at hotels because my friend got hired by a company, and I was like, I got hired, but the company that hired me didn't have enough budget. I'm like, hey, can I just sleep on the floor? I'll call for some like comforters and I'll put it on the floor. Dude, those were the days that like just make you like
fired up,
make you appreciate like all that process. And I look back at those days and I'm like, dude, I miss them, and I hope that when people are like watching this, if you're getting started, enjoy those days, like enjoy them, like that's just a part of it. I mean, think about every musician that's like really famous and they talk about their first like 5 years as musicians. They were sleeping in a van, like 5 dudes. Like they were not taking showers until they get to a place that maybe they have a shower, and they're like
a
eating eating like Waffle House every day, and now they're playing sold out arenas. Like think about it that way. Like it might suck at the beginning, but
hell yeah,
that's insane, dude.
Hell yeah.
Well, we can't thank you enough for coming on. Before we get out of here, we're gonna shout out some sponsors, but while we're doing that, if you want to grab one of those pins and sign the wall, dude, I love the company. Any of them, they're different colors, but you can sign the wall while we're doing this. If for whatever reason, man, we didn't even catch you saying jiu-jitsu on there. Jiu-jitsu. If you wanted to try out jiu-jitsu at our gym, Kazushi Club, Pensacola, Florida, room full of killers. The schedule is
Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings.
I actually have the actual schedule. I took a picture of it for this exact reason.
I got it in the noggin, so you need to pull it up. Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings, and then Monday through Thursday, we've got fundamentals class at 6, and regular class at 7, and then Friday class at 6. So, and then we got open mat Saturday at noon.
Yep.
That's just kind of a come roll with people, hang out, and that kind of goes till whenever people get tired. On Saturday. So if you're around town, want to get some rolls in. If you haven't done jiu-jitsu, you want to check it out. You get your first week free down there. So definitely come in, meet some of the homies, get some rolls in, learn some new things, learn how to defend yourself. It's a good time.
Absolutely. A room full of killers.
Yeah. The only thing I will shout out is or not really shout out, but I will say, if people watching that are from Pensacola, try to support local business. I feel like Pensacola has given me a lot. Again, a lot of my clients started just here in Pensacola. A lot of the people that have supported me since day one are from Pensacola, and I'm really proud to be from here. I wasn't born here, but I've lived here for the past 12 years. And I mean, just support these guys, local podcast and businesses in downtown, stuff like that. I think it's cool if we can all support each other. Again, we're a small community, but I feel like as I said, there's a lot of talent, and I think just helping each other, that's how we're all gonna grow.
There's a lot of good stuff going on here.
Yeah,
absolutely,
for sure.
If they aren't in Pensacola,
baby, they're going to Panacea Martial Arts, baby. That's
Foley, Alabama.
Foley, Alabama. That is Tony Rayborn's gym. Yeah, if you're over the state line, you want to get into jiu-jitsu, give Tony a shout out. That is a huge gym over there. Whether you're just starting out, advanced, beginner, advanced, intermediate, they've got all the classes covered. They do gi and no gi stuff over there. They've got striking classes as well. Kids classes, if you've got children that are getting into jiu-jitsu, they've got all the bases covered over there. If you're over there on Wednesday, you'll meet Rich Shimleski, who is our no-gi sponsor.
Absolutely.
Any of the rash guards and no-gi shorts that you see us rocking are all a lifestyle experiment. So if you're looking for the highest quality rash guards with some of the badassest designs, designs, you check out at a lifestyle experiment. Like I said, that's Rich Chimleski. So,
and we have a coupon code.
We do
SPS10.
Yeah, SPS10 at checkout will get you 10% off your entire
purchase.
So if you want to order some of that stuff, you can go online at alefl.com. They've got all kinds of stuff in stock right now, which is great. That normally doesn't happen, so go snag that shit while you can. Sign up for their email list so you can get updates on when new stuff is dropping, and follow them on Instagram at a lifestyle experiment.
Now, something all three of us were I don't even know what you call it in the tattoo world, but like we're Eskimo brothers in a way.
Oh yeah.
We've all been tattooed by the same guy.
Hey, the boy.
Yeah, shout out Johnny Mumbles.
Johnny Mumbles.
Yeah.
Mr. Mumbles has pierced all of our skin, and it all came out very well.
Pretty hot.
He has entered all of us.
Yep.
Hey, he's done your entire sleeve?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Shit's tight.
It looks super dope. Is there a UFO on your forearm?
Yeah. He actually did the lower half in the same day. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna book the whole day for
Look at
you."
that forearm piece right there.
I'm just gonna book the whole day. So yeah.
That's crazy.
We started with this part, then this, which is the city I was born, Caracas, and then Pensacola Beach.
So
You see like the
that's
Pensacola
fucking,
Beach stuff. So it's like 2 Polaroids.
Yeah.
So it's like, photography and like the places I'm from.
Dude.
Unbelievable.
And I love like UFOs, and I love like the wolf pack, like a wolf, and Blink 182. Yeah.
I love. You see his elbow?
Dude, yeah, hell yeah.
His elbow goes crazy.
Dude,
Yeah.
look.
Dude, so if this
And
is
Johnny's
beautiful,
like, Johnny loved the idea.
dude.
He's like, dude, let's fucking do it. And
That's
he was like playing Blink 182 music whenever we're like,
Fuck yeah.
yeah, dude, Johnny is the man.
He's the man.
Any of his work I've ever seen is awesome. All the work I have on me is awesome by him. You would not regret it if you got something by him. I promise you. Super malleable person, works with you, whatever you want to do. Obviously cohesive, puts it all together.
extremely nice dude too.
Yeah.
Just a down to earth.
Dude.
Super
Son
sweet
of a
dude.
bitch.
Very
Oh my God, yeah.
Golly. He's such a good dude.
It's,
humble mumbles.
yeah. I feel like having if you want to go for a full sleeve, somebody like Johnny will be perfect because he
yeah.
doesn't make it weird. He's like talking to you about like life,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it can get like sometimes like you're like just in silence for like 8 hours or like Johnny's like, playing music or we're watching like a TV show while we're,
Yeah.
it's a good experience, like
Good
the whole
time,
experience
dude.
about getting tattooed with him.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, hell
That's
yeah,
good
dude.
shit. Well, dude, thank you so much.
No,
for
I
coming and
appreciate
hanging
it.
out.
Yeah.
We really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's been a good talk for sure.
Absolutely,
We
man.
appreciate it, so.
Anytime.
Hell yeah. Well, good shit. Well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We're getting the fuck up out of here. We love you. Yee!